What's up, everybody? I'm Sly The Movie Guy. Here's my movie review of Aquaman, directed by James Wan, the director of the Conjuring films and other films, and this starring Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, Nicole Kidman, Patrick Wilson, Willem Dafoe, Yahya, Abdul, Mateen 2, and the rest of the other cast and crew. And in this film, Arthur Curry learns that he is the heir to the underwater kingdom of Atlantis and must step forward to lead his people and be a hero to the world. And this is the sixth DCEU film, and the films have been a miss and hit in the universe. I mean, Wonder Woman was the one that everybody from critics and fans like, but just DCEU films just hasn't been like on a winning streak. So it just kind of like, it was kind of iffy going into Aquaman. I didn't know what to expect from Aquaman, but when I heard that James Wan was going to direct this film, I was like, oh, a horror director is going to direct a superhero movie, excuse me. And James Wan is a fantastic director. This guy directed like other films, like I mentioned, like The Conjuring and other films, and he's so fantastic. So I was like, okay, DC's picking some good directors. We had like a good director last time and we had a good director like Patty Jenkins did Wonder Woman. So I was like saying James Wan, very interesting. So what I got to say, James Wan actually made a fun, good film. So, but this film has issues, which I'll get into. But James Wan did a fantastic job. I say this is kind of like a hit for him in his resume, directing films. So let me start off saying that I like how they just made this story into an origin of Aquaman. It was basically like just an Aquaman movie. Basically, like I said, it's connected to the DCU universe. So it's kind of like they just did not mention anything, just made it just the Aquaman movie, and that's what I like. And we've seen this, forgot to mention this, we also seen this character before in the Justice League, which he was fine. The film just wasn't that great, but that's the point. But this movie just really takes that approach of just making it so solo, and that's what I like. It just, you really just like, it just was about Aquaman. And usually when movies like connect, when you do like a movie like in universes, just make it about this person. We don't need all that other stuff. And that's what I like about what this movie did. We get to see like how he becomes this Aquaman and stuff. Like we see like the man named Thomas Curry that finds Aquaman's mother like out in the ocean and stuff, and they get together, they end up having a baby, and that's where it really does well on. We get to see Aquaman and developed and all this, and we see all that. And basically when we see what Nicole Kidman's character, there's the Aquaman's mother and stuff, we get to see what she has to do and stuff. We see that in the film, which I won't get any spoilers, but later on we see other things like develop in this world and stuff. Like we end up seeing like the underworld sea stuff. We'll get to meet the Ocean Master, played by Patrick Wilson, which is Aquaman's brother. We see he has something against Aquaman. We see a lot of things going on. There's a war going on, and he wants to be crowned as king and stuff. And that just really like so riveting. We get to see this story and all that in this movie, and plus we get to see what Willem Dafoe's character when he communicates with Aquaman, and we get to see all this stuff. Just like we get to see a story just about Aquaman and other characters too, though. So we're getting all this stuff here, and that's what I like about it. Plus, what I liked about it is how they did his origin, how they did Aquaman's kind of origin in this film. It's kind of very different from other superhero films I've seen. Like as Aquaman goes through the journey and stuff, we get to see like old flashbacks when he was like a young kid and stuff, and Willem Dafoe's character, the guy's name in the film, but Willem Dafoe character with training Aquaman and stuff, we get to see all the stuff, telling him stuff, everything, and it was just so great. I just like can't believe how they did that in this film's format and stuff. So that's kind of the one of the parts I did like. And Willem Dafoe does a phenomenal job here. Willem Dafoe is just a fantastic actor, from a Spider-Man film, from Platoon, everything from American Psycho. Willem Dafoe, what could he do wrong? This guy is just phenomenal. I can see Willem Dafoe play any character in any film. He's just a fantastic actor. One of the things I like the things I like about in this film is the action. The action scenes in the DCU haven't been bad. There's a couple of films I enjoyed with the good action scenes from BVS and Wonder Woman, but Aquaman, James Wan needs to direct some. He needs to do a Marvel movie, do a Dark Horse or Image Comics. James Wan directing and the action sequence is the action sequence are so freaking amazing here. This it's just so freaking phenomenal, and it when the way the camera works and the action sequences, it's just like a treat to watch. And that's the one thing I can say Aquaman gets 2 big thumbs up. It's cash money. I think you have a blast with it, especially from Aquaman, Jason Momoa. In the action scene, and it just looks investing because of Jason Momoa's performance as Aquaman, which he does a freaking phenomenal job. I can't really see anybody playing Aquaman right now. Jason Momoa he's almost like the Thor of the DCU, just because he got the long hair, just like Chris Hemsworth do. What makes I think really works because he just so acts natural. He has that little upbeat cool to him and stuff, and that's what I liked about him. Let's talk about the CGI. This is one of the ones I really was questioning on when I was seeing the trailers, and that was one of them. I was like, I don't know, but in the movie, it was good. There were some parts I did question on the CGI. I questioned on it here and there. But overall, there's some CGI parts that really look good in this film. Like special effects here and the CGI, there's some of that really looks good. So I really say it's not like the best CGI, but it's good enough. It's good. There's some parts that I question on that kind of look kind of cartoony, but hey, like I said, like I said, most part is good. But I'm really surprised how they did how they had people doing movements in the water and stuff. They really actually did well, because this is the first time I've seen a superhero movie does stuff underwater like this. So they utilized it very well in this film. So I really say good. That's really, really 2 thumbs up for that. I really think they did a fantastic job with that. One of my main issues with Aquaman is pretty much I said everything's good. I said the story and stuff here and there, but there's some parts of the storyline where I felt like some parts should have been like the most important parts in the movie. They should have let that stretch out a little bit more, because there's some parts I want to see more on, like the importance, like under the sea stuff. I wanted to see more of. I wanted to know what more, because that's like the whole meat of it. I want the whole meat. I didn't want some little bits and pieces. I want to see the whole thing a little bit, where it go down, because that's look like that can make me more invested and say, yeah, that's the one I wanted. It just kind of cuts and stuff. Like I said, some of the scenes were great. It kind of cuts away where you get interested and it's like, oh, we cutting back to this. It just kind of was the back and forth thing. I was like, I wanted to see a little bit more of that. I want to see more. It's just some of the parts were just man, why y'all cut that away? It just goes to like this. And then some of the tones do shift a little bit. It's like the first 30 to the 40 minutes of the movie, it was kind of fine. But just by that hour and stuff, when we get to some of one of the scenes, it just kind of say, oh, what had just happened here? Just for me, it was just like some of the tones got shifted a little bit there, and it's just oh, what happened? I'd say that part that's one of my main issues. Then some of the parts, like the humor, some of the humor was good enough. Some of the humor was a hit and miss for me. There was some humor that they hit. Some of them I wish that the commercials that didn't advertise, or some of the TV spots on the YouTube I did see. I wish I did see it, because some of the humor I did see in it, it was fun there. But then when I got in the film, I was like, oh, I prefer that. So it pretty much, that was some of my edges. One of them is I think the movie was too long. It was 2 hours and 20. It was over 2 hours long. I think it was 2 hours 22 minutes. So that was part of one. I think that part of the movie I wish they could cut down a little bit more. It could still be a 2 hour movie, but just didn't have to be over at least 20 minutes of the film. So I'll say that That's one of the main parts I kind of had problems with. Overall, I think you should check this movie out. This is one of the DC films I say was fun. This is one of the ones I think it's right up there. Like if you want to put it with Wonder Woman or the other DCU films, you think is great. I think it's right there with Wonder Woman. Maybe Man of Steel. One of them might be neck and neck here and there, around that boat, or BVS. I gotta think about that. It's real around the boat of that, but not. I don't know. It's kind of around the boat where I just say this is one of those films I say was really fun. I really think you should go check this out. Check this out, please. I recommend you to. This is one of the DC films I feel like you will have a lot of fun with. I think you will have a blast with it. Even besides the issues I have with it, I still think it is a fun film. And one of James Wan did a fantastic job, and the writing team. I'm going to give Aquaman a solid B. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about Aquaman. Did you like it or not? Let me know. Tell me your favorite DCU film. Like I said, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, one of those two might bounce around. Maybe there's one on Man of Steel. It could go. There's so many. There's 6 DCU films. I got to think about it. There's like I said, there's some missing hits with them. So, like I said, just tell me in the comment section down below what is your favorite DCU film, and tell me what you think about Aquaman. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, click thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button. That's so I can see you next time on Sly the Movie Guy. Peace.